Will you dare to love?
Check out my book, Millennial and Gen Z Guide to Marriage, Love in the Age of Lies, Deception, and Mistrust. Peer to peer, I will journey with you in the pitfalls, love, laughter, and even in the pains that come with marriage. Despite the bad PR, I believe our generations shouldn't give up on love just yet. This book will make you look at millennial and Gen Z marriage, life, and love with a refreshing new lens. This is our time. Compared to baby boomers and Gen Xers, millennials and Gen Z are getting married less, buying homes later, and suffering poverty more. Whether you've got a bit of hope or you need some hope desperately, here are all the tips and tricks taken from my own experience and my own millennial marriage. You'll grow in love and happiness when you apply them across marriage, other relationships, your career, health, and every aspect of your life. Millennial and Gen Z Guide to Marriage, Love in the Age of Lies, Deception, and Mistrust is available now on Amazon. I'm so happy you're on this journey with me. Let's get started. Order your copy today.
Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. If you're new here, please do me a favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell so you know whenever I post a video. You can also donate to this channel by hitting the super chat. Super thanks. I would love to have you support this channel. It helps us grow, helps us do all our research, helps us pay for the things we need, helps us push this channel out into the algorithm, support Black media. So I would love to have you support the channel. Again, but it's also just free to just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That also pushes us out into the algorithm. Guys, we have a whole lot to talk about. It's been a while since we've seen each other. I've been busy releasing a new book. It is here or here or here. I'm not sure which side, but it is here. Millennial and Gen Z Guide to Marriage, Love in the Age of Lies, Deception, and Mistrust by Fibroids. I am so excited for you to read my book. It is available on Amazon. I would love for you guys to check it out. Even if you're not a millennial, even if you're not Gen Z, tons and tons of life lessons and nuggets in there, and just tons of, experiences and wisdom and tips and tricks that I've pulled from my roller coaster of a life, growing up as the youngest child of 8 children, being American, Black, American, strong, opinionated woman, marrying a shy Portuguese, European white man. All of that is in there. We're changing. Millennials and Gen Z, this is our time. We're really changing this, in society sometimes really doesn't want to hear that, so we got to talk about that. I will talk to you a bit later about the book, but we've got a lot more to talk about today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey with fibroids. I have made some huge traction with my fibroids naturally. As a lot of you guys know, I have been on this herbal sort of natural track with the fibroids because I really want to confront these babies naturally before I go under the knife, because we know with the health disparity within medicine across all areas really, but in medicine a lot of Black women go under the knife to get a myomectomy and end up getting an emergency hysterectomy, for example, not able to have children. So that is definitely why, that is basically what has guided my choice to go herbal. But I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the natural ways that I've been actually shrinking my fibroids. They've gone down, and no surgery, literally. Like, I've been shrinking them. I've got my notes here. We're going to talk about Beyonce and this country music station that rejected her music. We're going to talk about a lot of strong women today. We're going to talk about Amanda Bynes releasing her podcast. I know it was a couple months back. I'm a little bit behind, but I still want to talk to you guys about this stuff. We're going to talk about Fani Willis and this steamy, fiery, just statement, this I don't even know how you call it in legal terms. I am not a lawyer, but her taking the stand. She should have her right to a personal life. We're going to talk more about that. We're going to talk about JayZ at the Grammys. We're going to talk about the Sussex and Whistler, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, so, gearing up for the 2025 Invictus Games. Maybe a little bit about King Charles, sorry, not Prince Charles anymore, but King Charles's cancer diagnosis. Unfortunately, prayers going up for him. We're going to talk about the Superbowl. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I think I like Nikki Haley. I think. a little bit, a teeny weeny bit. You know, don't get too excited yet. I know there's a lot of people out there that are gonna be like, what? No, Natural, you are a centrist, left centrist. You cannot like Nikki Haley. Stay with me, I'm gonna explain why. First of all, the fibroids, guys. Like, I know there is a lot of you guys out there, African American women, Black women, women of indigenous Black descent out there, and you may have struggled or struggle with fibroids like I do. Fibroids, if you don't know, are non-cancerous growths that grow in the uterus. They can range anywhere from the size of tiny little seeds all the way up to melons, you know, big cantaloupes, pineapples, you know. So they can be a real pain in the butt. They can make your menstruation heavier. They can make your menstrual cycle heavier. They can make your menstrual cycles more painful. They can also affect fertility. A lot of you guys know that I suffered a miscarriage, and there's not a lot of information known about them. But I personally, and a lot of the health gurus out there, the Imhoteps, the sage-femmes, how do you call them in English, the midwives, they know that this stuff is related to stress, it's related to anxiety, it's related to the foods you're putting into your body, the energies you're putting into your body. So the first thing I'm going to say, I mean, I've got a lot of stuff that I've been doing for the past year, and it's really, really helped. But more specifically, the stuff I've been doing in the past few months has, like, it's done more change than I've seen in the past year of doing this stuff. But I will go ahead and say first, get those toxic people. You guys know we talk about the narcissists a lot on this channel. Get those toxic people, toxic relationships, toxic jobs, toxic, you know, whatever. Get you a journal. Get you a journal. Get a journal and journal down. Get you some nice scented oils in your house. Take those baths. Go to the spa with your bae. Try to do some yoga every once. So get the stress out. You know, whatever the things or people, whatever in your life is bringing you stress, get it out. The next thing is castor oil packs. Castor oil packs are amazing. I'm gonna make this real quick because I know a lot of people don't have fibroids and they're just like, why are you talking about fibroids? But this needs to be known. So many women, and not just Black women, women of all kinds suffer from fibroids and endometriosis. And I am convinced it's because they don't pay us enough. They don't pay us enough. They don't pay attention to us enough, specifically Black women and women of color. But this is all women, you know, misogyny is rampant everywhere, but I'm specifically speaking towards Black women and women of color, but all women really. They don't pay us enough, they don't listen to us enough, they stress us out, you know, they gaslight us. That is a breeding ground for these things like endometriosis, fibroids. I'm telling you. So get the stress out of your life. Castor packs are amazing. Look up castor oil. You can go to your pharmacy. You can go to maybe even your local store, depending on where you are. You can order it online. Castor oil is this thick. It's clear, you know. Usually it's clear. And some people live and die by the black castor oil, but I've heard that it actually just stains your skin and gets everything. So it's, yeah. But I get the clear oil, and you get what's called a castor pack. Wrap yourself with that castor pack every night for 3 or 4 nights a week around your stomach, around the fibroids area. Put a heating pad on that thing for about an hour and just lay there. The castor oil absorbs into your body, and it's amazing. You know, this is something that our ancestors have done for thousands of years. That stuff, you know, if you eat the seeds of that castor plant, it's poisonous, but the oil from it has all these amazing health benefits. I mean, it clears out inflammation, and it's not just within your uterus. If you got endometriosis, you know, cysts or fibroids, it will also clear out your lungs if you do a castor pack for your lungs. It'll clear out your liver if you do a castor pack for your liver. I mean, it is amazing. It'll clear out eczema, you know, your skin. It'll get your skin nice and glowing and tight. Castor oil, using it, I've only been using it for about 3 months, and my fibroids have shrank down, I would say, like a fourth or a fifth of the size. You know, it's serious. It's serious. The next thing is turmeric. Turmeric is amazing, and this is not just for fibroids. Castor oil, turmeric, these are great. Like, just go on Google and look it up, child. Like, turmeric is amazing. 1 teaspoon a day. Make sure you take it with some black pepper. That also eliminates inflammation, and if you have things like arthritis, it's also really good for that. The other thing is ginger and ginseng, specifically for the fibroids, the endometriosis, the cysts. This is amazing. This is ancient Chinese medicine. Africa uses a lot of the ginger, the roots as well. But ginseng specifically, ginger specifically, it's really, really good for opening up your circulation in your body, getting your blood flowing correctly. It's also just good for your breathing, your respiratory system, your circulatory system. It's amazing. Yes, really look into ginseng. Fennel is another one. You can also, like I said, just try to relax. Really, those people, like you would be surprised. Just those people, those things, whatever is in your life bringing you toxicity, get it on out. But I really, really had to share that with you guys because it has made a whirlwind of a difference. Look it up. Look up the turmeric. Look up the castor oil. Look up the ginseng. Look up all those stuffs. Okay, anyway, so we're moving on to Beyonce. So apparently a country music station, Beyonce wrote a song about Texas. Y'all, you know she's from Texas. She's got that Texas drawl. And she wrote a song about Texas. And a caller called into a country music station and requested to hear this song from Beyonce. And they rejected it. And then I'm pretty sure a couple hours later, they were like, this is probably not a good idea. This is going to blow up in our face. We're going to have culture wars in our face. Maybe let's go ahead and renege on that. And of course, they did go ahead and renege on this. This comes also in the face of recently with the Grammy Award with JayZ getting up and saying, us getting deja vu of Kanye West getting up on the stage saying, I don't mean to interrupt you, but, Beyonce had the best, So there's that. So let's talk about this for a second. This is how I feel on this. When I've been looking, I've been seeing ridicule and backlash from both sides of the aisle. I've been seeing it from, white conservatives. I've been seeing it from, liberals, but I've also been seeing it from the conservative end of the spectrum, black conservatives and black liberals. And so right now, I just feel like in America, you guys know that I live in France, but I am American. And I just feel like American politics, American entertainment, everybody's just too close up on it. I feel like if people just left and went to Africa or went to Europe or, went somewhere else other than America just for a hot second and just looked at all of our entertainment and politics from, bird's eye view, just a fly on the wall for a second there, they would see that, the culture war stuff is not doing anything for us. And, there is a disparity. You cannot deny it. There's a disparity because of race, especially misogynoir. Black women. That right there is where race and gender lie. There's an intersection between that, and people just have to recognize it. Do your research. Check out that video that I recently released about why DEI is necessary. You can actually look in the timestamps. I give you the exact timestamp where I provide some books and some movies and some series that you can look at to get more information. Know your history. Know your history on colonialism, on even just human history, how we came out of Africa, how everybody's ancient ancestors come from Africa, but Europe decided to colonize half the world. Do your research and you'll understand why this is there. And once it's acknowledged, we can move on. We can let it go. It doesn't have, my husband is white. It doesn't have to separate us. It doesn't have to divide us. It doesn't have to make things so silly-nilly. So I silly-nilly, that's not even, I don't even know if that's an expression, y'all. But you know what I'm saying. So I would definitely like to see the older, wiser black people at least go ahead and acknowledge, hey, Beyonce and JayZ have done a lot for music. They've done a lot for the younger generations. They've done a lot for communities, their communities, but at the same time, yes, we would love to see them take a bigger stance, a better stance of just saying, hey, I'm not going to entertain this. If you're not going to give us what we deserve, what we're due, then we're just not going to entertain it at all. Yes, go ahead and put that out, but also just at least give that rapport, that young to old, old to young rapport, that positivity. So I wasn't necessarily seeing that on the black end. And then on the other end, with white conservatives, even white liberals, there's still backlash. So it's just that point of everything is so contentious. People need to come up out of their feelings a little bit. Old needs to be there for young. Young needs to be there for old. It's in my book, guys. Check out my books. We talk about this because if I think about it, JayZ and Beyonce, they fall pretty much in Gen X. And baby boomers, I mean, I love baby boomers. This is my mom, my aunts, my uncles, generations. But a lot of them basically were very liberal when they were young. Very liberal. That's how they forged so much change in terms of diversity, in terms of integration, desegregation, in terms of civil rights. That's how they were able to do that. But as they've gotten older, they've got hyper conservative. And I mean, I hate to say it, but sort of a hyper jaded too, you know? And so I would love to see that collaboration, and I would love to see that acknowledgement that Gen X, Gen Z, millennials, that we're trying our best and that we were handed a very, very difficult torch to bear, but we are doing what we can, and we can do more if we receive a little bit of embrace from the older generation. So y'all tell me what you think about that. I also wanted to talk really quick about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I know that a lot of my sexist people, y'all don't like King Charles, so y'all not going to like what I'm going to say, and you never do. But hey, I am trying to bring love, positivity, and optimism back, honey. I feel really bad for this man. I'm not going to tell y'all what my mom said. Now, y'all know my mom was, My mom was in her 40s in the 90s when all that stuff with Diana went down, so even though she doesn't even really keep up with the successes, she was sassy on this. But I'm not even going to repeat what she said. Y'all can probably pretty much figure it out for yourself. But I was really, really sad to hear about that because you guys know that I come from the stance of, I really want to see Prince Harry, Prince William, King Charles. I really want to see them make it up. I really would love to see Prince William and King Charles reach out to Harry, reach out to Meghan and say, we didn't understand this at this moment. This stuff is new for us, and it's different, and that's okay. It's okay to admit fault and admit that you're different. But, you know, now with this, I don't even see it happening because, you know, when health comes into it, it's family, it's age coming into it, you know, people feel like they garner a certain amount of respect when they're a certain age. I feel like that's not going to go into it. So I'm not going to elaborate or touch on that too much, but I was sad to hear that. I really, really hope that Prince Harry, Prince William, and his dad can have some meeting of the hearts. I hope that they can make it right with Meghan. If they can make it right with Meghan, they can make it right with Harry. Anyway, all right. I did also want to talk about them in Canada in Whistler, and I think they were also in, oh goodness, it wasn't Toronto. So they're in two parts of Canada recently. I'm sorry that I'm forgetting the other one. But they are planning for the 2025 Invictus Games. You guys saw my coverage of the 2024 Invictus Games. I'm really happy that they're doing this. I saw, right after watching the Super Bowl, I stayed up until 6 o'clock in the morning here in France watching the Super Bowl. I saw that right after that, Prince Harry had done an award show for the NFL, and people really embraced him there. I mean, he really is the people's prince. People really, really love him, and I'm really happy to see that. I'm really excited about the Invictus Games 2025, especially the fact that it's going to be cold sports. It's just amazing to see him doing that work with veterans, putting them to work, getting their bodies working, and just to see the amazing things that these athletes can do. I think it also embodies everything about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's statement, their personality, you know, defeating and overcoming against all odds, and I just love that. So I'm so happy for them, and I'm wishing them the best. I cannot wait to cover it here with you guys, and also all the other things. I hope that Princess Lilibet and little baby Archie, I hope that they're doing good. I hope that everything is good. I think that Meghan is beasting it out as a mom right now, and hopefully they stay safe up there in Canada, knowing that I recently did lose a friend. You guys know I recently lost a friend who was on the ski holiday, but hopefully everything will be safe, and I'm putting my prayers up there, and I'm so proud of them, so happy for everything that they're doing. So I would love to know what you guys think about that. The next thing I wanted to talk about, again, I know I've been missing for a little while, but I have been dying to talk to you guys about this for a hot second. It was actually Amanda Bynes' podcast. So Amanda Bynes and Paul Sieminski's podcast. I had to look his name up real quick because I know that her ex's name is Paul, and so I definitely didn't want to get that mixed up or anything like that. Paul, I really liked him. I really liked Amanda. Let me just go ahead and get this out here straight real quick. I miss Amanda's smile so much. Like, y'all, this is not hate on this channel. This is the real Najwa. I don't hate. I don't hate. By the way, if you're with me right now, please go ahead and do me a favor. Hit the like and subscribe button. Hit that bell so you know whenever I post a video. It pushes this out into the algorithm. If you would like to support this channel, I would love to have you support this channel. Me and my husband make this production work. It's just us, and so we would love to have you support this channel by donating a super chat. Super thanks. It helps us do all of our research, run our softwares, have our hardwares, push this out into the algorithm, all that stuff. So I would love to have you guys support this channel. But back to Amanda Bynes, there's not hate here. This channel is called It's the Real Najwa for a reason. And I really just, the hate is a strong word. I was raised with the belief that hate is a strong word, right? But I actually truly do hate the way that our fan culture has been shaped and how it's come alive today. It's like you can't support people. You can't feel good for people. You also can't call them out, but lovingly call them out. And so the people trashing Amanda Bynes, the people dragging her for filth, and the podcast, and, you know, talking about her all the time, even the well-meaning people who just are following her every move, you know, just because they're nosy. I hate that. I want to say the one thing I miss so much is Amanda's beautiful smile, you know, and I actually love the podcast. I'm so proud of her. Can we just sit here and say that? I'm so proud of her. Why is that so hard? Look at what she's been through. She's been through ish with her parents, with her crazy controlling parents, you know, and the suspect stuff that they did. She's been through ish with the industry since she was young. There is no telling all the stuff that she's witnessed, been put through, has seen. She's rebuilding her life. She's not out here like Britney Spears, who I also love, but I also am not afraid to call her out. She's not out here like Britney Spears, you know, dancing around with knives and doing the most. She had that stint in LA, you know. Okay, it happens, especially when you're going through stuff. But look at the effort that she put into this. I'm so, so proud. Now, with that being said, I did see that there were some slight awkward sort of moments to her. She was holding onto that phone like it was dear life, you know, really trying to keep to the questions, the cues, and things like that. And I can also tell that her partner, Paul Sieminski, who was really, he was nice and he was funny. He was very outgoing and engaging, and I liked that. But it seems like he wasn't really gauging Amanda's tone. And this was the Amanda Bynes and Paul Sieminski podcast. So I really hope that she doesn't abandon it, you know, just because A, maybe the partner wasn't the right partner, or B, people were just hanging on it too much. I hope that, and I know this from experience, that this is not an easy thing to do. But if you make it about you, you know, you make it about you and nobody else, and even if it's not the podcast, even if it's a whole nother project, you know, just make it about having fun, about being you, about relaxing. It's going to be all good. I know she was disappointed that she couldn't get the people like Drake. She couldn't get the people that she really wanted. I really wish that Drake would just reach out to her. I really do, because I think that his energy would really, really be good for her. And, you know, when she went through some of her stint or what, and it doesn't even have to be, you know, it doesn't even have to be that they're meeting up for lunch, or it could just be a phone call. Say, hey, I heard that, you know, you mentioned me and I was thinking about you. And Drake seems like the type of person who would really do that. You see, she's struggling. I think she needs friends. And I was also thinking she really needs, and I recommend all of you guys to read my book. I think I mentioned this stuff in my book. I think she really needs to reach out to the people who love her and who she loves and who she would trust with her doggone life. The people from childhood. I'm talking about people from high school that she, or even earlier, people from elementary school, kindergarten, that she's known, and she know, like, this is friends of the family, this is aunts, this is cousins, this is family friends, this is very, very, very close friend family, if you guys know what I mean, those friend families that you form where the friends are almost closer than your own family. she needs those people around her. And even if she's a little hesitant to have people around her, because I know victims of abuse, victims of, post-traumatic stress, etc., things like that. I know that sometimes it can be difficult to be present in the moment with people. And you could kind of see that even with the podcast. Even if she just talks on the phone, talks on the phone with those people that it's good people. She loves them, they love her. What I just described, if she just talks on the phone with them from time to time, doesn't have to be always, could be quarterly, could be every half of a year, whatever. But to just bring back those bonds of communities and slowly step out there and think about you, girl. Don't think about anybody else. But I love the podcast. I'm so proud of her. I hope that she continues. People disparaging her looks, whatever, just get out of here. Get out of here. But I will say one thing. I miss that Amanda Bynes smile. That Amanda show that I grew up with. Good Lord, I miss that smile so much. And I hope that she brings it back to us one day, because we really are aching for it. We really, really are. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the Super Bowl and my story with the Super Bowl. So let's switch to the guys for a second for a little bit here. The Super Bowl, I grew up with 3 brothers, y'all. 3 brothers. And I grew up with their, socks everywhere and Sega controllers lying all over the house and petty fights and all of that stuff, and Grand Theft Auto and whatever, 2K3, whatever, football, video games, whatever. And growing up, I was always around sports, and my dad also really, really emphasized sports. He made us all play sports. I wiggled out of it because I was always the artistic one, but my sisters, brothers, they're all really great at football, soccer, basketball, you name it. I did soccer for some time. Eventually, I was able to weasel my little way on out of it. I went into ballet, it was his excuse to basically be like, it's sport adjacent, But this is just all to say that I know sports, but I don't know sports. You know what I mean? It's like, I grew up around it, but I don't know it. But then sometimes when I look at it, if I'm sitting down and I see it, I start to really, really get into it. And my husband was sort of getting into it with me. He had to be to work the next day, and you guys know that I work from home. I work in advertising, so I can set my own hours. But he actually works in construction, so he had to be at work the next day, and he's up with me till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, talking to him, waking up in the middle of his sleep, did they score? Did they score? I'm like, go to sleep. But that is how close and tense this game was. It just seemed like it was a lot of defense, and it wasn't much happening. But then there would just be a score like that, or a touchdown like that, and it'd be like, wait, what? So when they actually won, when the Chiefs actually won, either I was half asleep and I'm just dozing off, and I was like, what? But it was really great to see Taylor Swift out there cheering for her man the whole time. Patrick Mahomes, I just love his energy. I love his energy so much. Reminds me so much of my nephew. He just seems like good people, and he also is talented, but he's humble. I like the energy of the coach. From the beginning, I just felt like I was rooting for the underdogs, but in a way I was rooting for the Chiefs because, my team is the Falcons, and the Falcons, we won't even go there. No. We won't go there. But, I was rooting for them. Travis Kelce, I really, really like his energy as well. I told my husband after the game, I said he got his girl, because it just seems like there's so much on the stakes with this, celebrity lifestyle. It's like, they can't just be happy and be happy. It's like, oh, there's this pressure there. And I sense this pressure there. I also really like the speech of Mecole Hardman Jr. I hope I pronounce his name. Is it Mecole or Mecole? He basically almost blacked out. I feel like we cannot forget about him. We tend to forget about our strong black men. They are often the ones, behind the background, not really asking for any thanks. But he is the one who scored that final touchdown. So let's not forget about him. He said he basically blacked out when that happened. So, but they worked really, really hard. I was really, really proud to see it. The halftime show. Oh my God, guys. The halftime show. How epic was that? Usher, Ludacris. First of all, Atlanta. Lil Jon. And I gotta say this, Alicia Keys and Usher, they have wonderful chemistry. I loved her red train. Did you guys see that red train that sort of snapped off? It was wonderful to see them representing the city I grew up in, Atlanta, there at the Super Bowl. Usher has such a wide portfolio of work. Did you guys take a listen to that? And he didn't even get to cover, that wasn't even a scratch on the surface of all the hits he has put out there. And child somehow has still managed to be positive, you know, a positive person. And even embracing in his faults, you know, I remember in the early 2000s or 2010s, I can't remember exactly when, but the scandal of him and this affair, you know, when he got his side piece pregnant and, you know, what was it, Chili from TLC and all that drama, you know, but he somehow has managed to work through it and to show, hey, I'm human, I make mistakes, but I still can continue to be there for my community. I can still continue to live up to my dreams and my goals and in my inspiration. I was so absolutely proud of him. I also have to say, the roller skates, guys, this right here is so Atlanta. As someone who grew up going to Golden Glide roller skating rink with my family, my dad, y'all, honey, my dad grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. Read a little bit about my book, you'll know. He grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, boogieing and jigging and boogieing. That's how he got my mom, all that stuff. But my dad was an excellent roller skater, just like that, you know, and seeing Usher on those roller skates brought back all these memories of my childhood, just seeing my dad like a superhero doing all these jumps and flips and twists and turns, looking like little Bow Wow and roll bounce. I mean, it was so many feels. There were so many feels in that halftime show. I thought it was hilarious where there was a little disclaimer before the show of like, may include gyrating, bumping and grinding, fights with your partner. I was like, y'all too crazy. That brought me back to, what was it, Tom from the Boondocks when Usher makes that cameo. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. There's also Fani Willis. We got to get back to the strong women. We didn't talk about at least 4 strong women in this segment. What did we talk about? Beyonce, Meghan Markle. We talked about Britney Spears. We talked about Amanda Bynes. Y'all, okay. Fani Willis in this, let me just go ahead and say this here. I'm so disappointed. And again, maybe it is that thing that, you know, I still got my American passport. I'm still an American citizen, but I hold residence in France. So I've lived in Europe for quite some time, and I've been, you know, just a little bit away from all of the culture wars and constant news cycles and politics. Let this woman have her life. You know, the fact that we cannot see that this is all rooted up in racism, misogynoir, you know, the fact that, you know, this woman is on trial, seriously on trial. This is another, go and read about the Salem witch hunts, okay, please. Go and read about who was on the Mayflower. Go do your doggone research, y'all. But the fact that this woman is on trial for having a relationship in her own grown ASS life, okay, I get it. It was her partner. It was her professional partner. I get it. Okay, still, this is her life. Let her have her life. The man who is actually on trial is the one who tried to overturn an election, the one who is bumping elbows with dictators right now, you know, trying to sell America for 2 pieces of gold. You know, this right here, that's who's really on trial. The one who is basically barred from working in New York, from doing business in New York for 3 years, who basically inspired tons of hate crimes throughout America and is still doing that. The one who basically called African and Asian countries S-hole countries. The one who essays women and is paying for that now. Stars even, you know, like that's who we're talking about. He didn't essay the star, but he's gonna have to pay her. Yeah, it's just insane. It's insane. I don't get it. The last thing I will end here with, I got to speak about Nikki Haley for 2 seconds, and then we're gonna wrap it up, guys. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna clown with y'all. By the way, if you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe button, hit the bell, support the channel with a super chat, super thanks, all that good stuff. Nikki Haley. I'm not gonna say that I like Nikki Haley. I can't say that. There's no way that I could say that. Like, I really need to establish this. They asked her what the Civil War was about, and she wouldn't even have the cojones to go ahead and say it was about slavery. She's not using her Indian name to whitewash herself. You know, I cannot emphasize how much I have disdain for those types of things. Took you know, unalivings for them to take down the doggone Confederate flag in her state. But I will say this. I like her better than Donald Trump. You know, if I think that there needs to be a red candidate on the ticket in 2024, by the way, I hope you guys have registered to vote. By the way, Atlanta, if any of you guys are Atlanta, that early election is coming up in March. I think you need to register 7 days before, so definitely vote blue, Biden, Harris all the way. The Republicans can get back in the House, get back in the Senate. Well, they are in the Senate, whatever. They can get back in the White House when they get their party together, okay? When they heal from Donald authoritarian Trump, you know. But Nikki Haley, I like the fact that she did go on the Breakfast Club, you know, like, some people need to be educated. She needs to be educated on black people and our struggles and where we've come from, you know. Whether you're a person of color or not, being a person of color doesn't equate to really understanding the black American struggle. That's something that's so inherent. Read the Iceman Inheritance, please, guys. Like, that right there will really lay it all out for you. But I do like her better than Donald Trump, and I think that I'm glad that people are standing behind her and moving away from Donald Trump. I was really glad that she called out Donald Trump's praising of dictators, you know, dictators who unalive people, who poison people. This is not who we should be rubbing elbows with, you know. Like, this man is trying to get us into a world war. I don't see Nikki Haley doing that. She's got at least enough common sense to not get us into World War III. So, I don't like Nikki Haley, but a teeny tiny bit. I hope she stays in the race. I will say that. I mean, I'm a centrist, guys. I'm a centrist, and I feel like I can look at that. The Founding Fathers had some good ideas. I will say that. The Founding Fathers had some good ideas, but they had an idea of freedom and liberty, but not for all people. It never, ever was written for blacks, Asians, Native Americans, Hispanic people, Pacific Islanders, Polynesians. It never ever was written for that. You know, it basically was even for some European people. And I will go ahead and say that, you know, Europeans were colonizing Europeans. They did before they colonized black people and brown people all over the world. But the Founding Fathers may have had some good ideas, but it was never for everyone. It's been black people and brown people who have made America live up to his legacy. And so it's okay. It's okay for us to have to teach Nikki Haley, to have to teach, you know, Biden, to have to teach even Kamala Harris to a certain extent. But I think Kamala Harris is pretty much there. But yeah, Biden Harris 2024. Biden has a lot of experience with policy, and he actually cares about social justice. You know, maybe he's not perfect. Netanyahu was causing genocide over there, and Biden is in between a rock and a hard place, guys. But you can educate people. This is how change is forged, by regular people speaking up. So never think that you cannot make a change. But when you just say, this person is terrible, never, this person's terrible, I'm never voting for them. No, that's not how you forge change. Even with JayZ and this stuff with the Grammys, for example, you know, just let them know. Let them know what you're thinking. Don't tear them down. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think. Again, if you're new to this channel, I would love to have you hit the like and subscribe button, hit that bell so you know whenever I post a video. Guys, also subscribe, do all the good stuff. Also support this channel, send me a super chat, super thanks. You can also send me a donation to PayPal, paypal.me/realnajwa. We would love to have you support this channel, and it's also, again, just free to go ahead and hit the like and join button. So, guys, it's also free to hit the like and subscribe button. So, guys, I will see you all next time. I really, really love you. It's almost like I'm having separation anxiety now. I don't even want to say bye because it's been so long. But until next time, I will see you guys. Go ahead and hit the join button if you want to join premium membership. I will be doing more lives and live streams. Once we get more of a traction on the premium, we can talk about all types of stuff. We can talk about life, love, pop culture, celebrities. That's your real moment with the Real Najwa. So go ahead and hit the join button if you would like to have those more intimate moments, we can actually do that. Not like intimate, but you know, those more personal moments. And but I mean, we can't do it until you guys kind of all come in and join the wagon. So I hope to see you there. I will see you guys next time. I hope y'all had a lovely Valentine's Day. I hope you guys are heading into a lovely spring, lovely that's French, a lovely Easter. I hope you guys are having a good Lent season for those of you who are Catholic. And I will wish all of you all the best. Mwah! I love you so, so much. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye.